Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your December Astrological overview. I've got great news. By the end of this month, we're going to have cleared the shadow phases of both Mercury and Venus retrograde. We have had a lot of retrograde cycles in 2018. Usually, Mars and Venus don't even go retrograde in the same year, but we did experience Mars retrograde over the summer. Then, October 5th, Venus stationed retrograde. She went direct on November 16th. And finally, this month, she'll clear the shadow phase of this cycle on December 17th. That's going to help everybody get more clarity regarding relationships as well as money. Now, Mercury is in retrograde as the month begins, but will station direct on the 6th of December. And by the 24th, the shadow phase will be cleared. So anytime after the 24th, we really have kind of a cosmic green light to make new decisions, commitments, even get started on a new project. You don't even have to wait for the new year. However, you may want to, for the most power, and I'll talk about this more in January, but New Year's resolutions are going to be very much supported. It doesn't always line up that way with the calendar year. Sometimes the astrology is still in retrograde, but we really have it nicely synced up as we go into 2019. We do have our new moon in January on the 5th, and it's a high-powered solar eclipse. So keep that in mind as you're setting intentions, even this month, that you may want to reiterate intentions on that big solar eclipse to get the most bang for your buck. But it's always important to set your intentions at every new moon because it's an opportunity for new growth. And this month, the new moon is going to be on December 6th for people in the Pacific time zone of the United States, and on the 7th in the Eastern time zone of the United States. Either way, it's a Sagittarius new moon. It supports themes related to travel, adventure, higher education, expanding your horizons in some way, finding your personal truth and philosophy. So if you're a Sagittarius and you were born anytime between the 5th through the 8th of December, this is an especially powerful new moon for you. I've talked about that more in the Sagittarius birthday horoscope. But just know that if you have those birth dates, you'll be setting intentions even for the coming year, not just this next moon cycle. So the solstice this month is the 21st. That marks the day that the sun ingresses into the sign of Capricorn. This is all over the globe. The main difference in the solstices in the northern and southern hemispheres is just the season. So we've got our winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere, and for the folks down under, it is the summer solstice, but the themes are virtually the same. It's a time to slow the pace and work more deliberately, to take stock and evaluate the year behind you, to harness your resources and consider your next steps forward. Capricorn is a very thoughtful sign. It has to do with long-term planning. So it's definitely not a time to rush into things, but rather to make the best strategies for yourself. And you're going to find that those require some step-by-step planning and not just rushing into things. And we certainly had enough retrogrades all year to give ourselves plenty of time to reflect and consider. So I think everyone is going to be feeling a lot of power behind the solstice as we prepare for the new year. The full moon this month is going to be on the 22nd. It's in Cancer. This is a very emotionally powerful full moon. Cancer is a water sign. If you are a Cancer, you're what Jan liked to call lunar attuned, meaning you probably feel every full moon pretty intensely. Well, guess what? When it's in your sun sign of Cancer, it's pretty big for you. So just give yourself some space to process your emotions, avoid intense conversations right on the day of the full moon, because you'll find a few days after that you'll be feeling more balanced. And this kind of applies to everybody, especially for Cancers, but I think it's great advice for everybody. And it can help you gain clarity on your feelings. That's the whole purpose of these full moons. It lights up the things that may be bothering us so that we can do something productive with that and make changes that we need to. So I hope that you have a wonderful month of December, and I'll see you back here in January 2019 with your monthly horoscope.